Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of What Are the Odds? As you can tell, I am solo right now. Ferringo is getting a mani pedi right now. No, he's not getting a mani pedi right now. He had a doctor appointment, so I am not filling in, but just going solo today on What Are the Odds? And we're gonna spice things up a little on What Are the Odds. Everyone knows that I'm the numbers guy. Everyone knows I'm the proc guy. Everyone knows that I was an odds maker in Vegas and currently an odds maker for other entities around the world in sportsbooks. So we're going to look at games through a numbers point of view. We're going to look at odds through a numbers point of view. I'm going to tell you what maybe some of the numbers could move or wait. Maybe look at some live betting on some certain games. So I'm going to break it down like that. And of course, I'll throw out maybe one free play. We haven't done free plays here on one of the odds, and I'll throw out one on one of the games I will be discussing. So keep an eye out for that one. I may hint it while I'm discussing that game and then give you the odds of that free play at the end of the show. That's why you have to watch the whole show. But we're going to break down some college football and NFL. So it should be a fantastic what odds show. Don't forget to put it in the chat. If you have any questions, I will try to answer them ASAP. And don't forget, let's take care of some business. Don't forget to click that link down below and get that free $60 member plays. That's right, $60. Our daily sports packages are $30. Prop page is $25. Our BPA plays for football are $30. So don't forget to get that on there and click that link because you can get two handicappers, two sports, two of anything you want. So don't forget to click that link down below. Don't forget to subscribe to Doc's YouTube channel when you're watching these fantastic videos. Don't forget to the like button because we all know the YouTube rules. If you don't like the video, you're not going to win your bet. I don't make the rules. YouTube tells us to tell us that. But please like all videos and please keep comments on there too. I try to get to the comments ASAP. I've been getting a little bit better, but I could be much better on that. So if you have any questions in the comments, please put them on there. And again, if you want me to dissect the game or if you have any comments about this week's Saturdays and Sundays game, please put it in the chat and I'll try to answer them ASAP. Enough of all that. Let's get going with some of the games. We'll go. I'm going to talk about one late game tonight. And this one's going to be very interesting. New Mexico, UCLA. Let's face it, UCLA has not looked good, but New Mexico has not looked good. They played Idaho State, the Bungles of Idaho State, and only won by 10. So if you're UCLA, the number is what, 15 and a half or around town. Check right now, the live. It's about 15 and a half. Most of Vegas has 15. FanDuel DraftKings has 15 and a half, but most of those juices are minus 105 or minus 108. That's why FanDuel and DraftKings have it at 15 and a half, and pretty much everyone else has 15 because how they lowered their juice on that one. So be very cautious on that one. I kind of lean towards UCLA, but I'm going to wait to see what the number does. Because again, what time is this game? Last time I checked, it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably fall asleep on the couch watching this game, but I think you can get a better number. I think New Mexico money will come in. Maybe we'll see a 14 and a half, or maybe we'll just stick on there. So I think there's a good play in this one. UCLA, again, do not want to start 0 and 3. They're at home. You probably want to put a statement game, get a first W at home against New Mexico, a Mountain West team. So I think UCLA could be the play here. No opinion on a total. Total opened up at 52 and a half, has bumped up to 53 and a half. Wouldn't shock me since, again, last game, people either chasing from their baseball losses or whatever done happened to Colorado and Houston and the other football game. This total will probably creep up to 54 if you like the under. Definitely wait. But UCLA could be the play on this one because they're looking for their first W of the football season. So it should be very interesting on that game. Then let's go to a Saturday game. Here we go. Alabama, Wisconsin. Now, I'm hoping the bosses are not watching this because we all know he's a big Wisconsin fan. Again, I hope he's not watching this, but if you're Alabama and you are looking for some momentum, yes, you got a 73 to nothing against the Warhawks last week. Yeah, 73 to nothing against UN Monroe. And now you're looking for more momentum coming in. I am not sold on this Wisconsin team. I'm sorry. Wisconsin has lost their identity. We all know they're a run team. We always know they have great offensive lines. And I'm sorry, Finkel has changed the momentum, changed the way he runs this team. I'm just not a fan of it. So again, if you're Alabama, which I do like Alabama in this game, hint, hint, I think they roll Wisconsin. They're at Denny Stadium coming up a big offensive explosion against the Warhawks. Yes, me, probably Detroit Lenny, maybe in the back, maybe the bosses. We could probably put up some points against Wisconsin's defense on this one. I just think it's going to be momentum builder for Alabama, who are still licking their wounds against a bad loss against Florida State, 31-17. So I lean towards Alabama, and I think the betting public could. What does number open up at? 21, 21 and a half seems like some places. Yeah, it would not shock me if we see this number maybe come down a little. I think Wisconsin money could come in, and there's a couple of 20s out there. Circa, the almighty Circa has 20 right now. We've seen 20 and a half, 21 pretty much the last couple of days. I think Wisconsin money comes in. If you like Bama, I say wait. If you like Wisconsin, jump on this right now. If you like the total, I think this one goes under. I don't think Wisconsin puts that many points up on the board. So now you'd be worrying about, okay, Bama's going to score, but can Wisconsin score? So I would say probably pass on the total if you like the over, and maybe look at the under on this one. But I think we can see Roll Tide, which Indian Cowboy would be happy because we all know Indian Cowboy is a big Alabama fan. What if he's going to call the boss to say, hey, you know what? We just beat Wisconsin. Hope he doesn't do that. USC Purdue, another Big Ten rivalry game. Oh, I can't wait for this Big Ten rivalry game. It's going to be very interesting because USC travels for the first time this year, and they go to West Lafayette to play the Boilermakers, who are coming off that massive win last week to Southern Illinois. They let Southern Illinois score 17 points at home with them. USC has dominated first home games, or two home games. Now they travel. If you are USC and everyone's talking about Ohio State, everyone's talking about Texas, everyone's talking about Oregon, or not Texas SEC, everyone's talking about Oregon and Michigan and Penn State, who have played not one, not two, but three cupcakes on their schedule. They play Villanova this week, and that number should be minus 60. I think Penn State should be embarrassed on what their three teams they've played so far. But USC needs to make a statement here, especially a road statement on this one, which I do believe they do. I like USC on this one. I think they roll Purdue. Should be not even a close game. They blew out Ball State. So you're trying to tell me Ball State is like Utah or USC? You're trying to tell me Southern Illinois is like USC's offense? I just think it's going to be a quick bloodbath, and would not shock me if we see an ugly game in here. So this is one, a USC temptation, like to say, hey, you know what we're looking at? Don't forget us in the Big Ten. It's not all Ohio State. It's not all Penn State. It's not all Oregon. Don't forget us, USC. And I think they make that statement. So I think this number creeps up. It wouldn't shock me if it goes to 22. It's an afternoon game, a 4:30 or 3:30 Eastern Standard Time game. So it would not shock me if we see this number creep up on this one. This is something you may want to look at, maybe USC first half, and then maybe pass on the game, or see how the first half goes and maybe take the Trojans in the second half. If, let's say, Purdue put up some 7 points early and maybe see a bloodbath in the second half. Well, I kind of look at that game as well. Again, this is Raphael Esparza here on Doc Sports YouTube channel with another episode of What Are the Odds? Ferringo had to make a quick doctor trip today, so that's why I am going solo. Did not want to pass on the show because I hate passing on the show. If I'm still available, don't forget at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have another episode of Betting Outside the Box with me and Detroit Lenny, breaking down some college football, breaking down some NFL Week 2. Maybe we'll talk about what happened yesterday on Thursday Night Football as well. Always love chatting it up with Detroit Lenny. And don't forget, wonder how Detroit Lenny feels about his Lions this week. We'll have to see how his stress level on that. So don't forget to check that out at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to check us out, all those free play videos we've been releasing. A whole bunch of them were dropped today with some college football plays tomorrow. Don't forget to like all those videos. And again, if you have any comments, don't forget to put those comments in those YouTube videos you are watching as you cash those tickets. Another game we're going to break down. Here we go. Georgia, Tennessee, probably one of the biggest games of this week. But I'm going to be very cautious with Georgia on this. When they have injuries, their injury list is like my CVS prescription list. That's how long it is. On the offensive side, they're probably going to miss their tight end. Their running back has a hammy issue. He's still questionable. Yes, their offense is missing some pieces. But last time I checked, their defense is going to be there. So I know a lot of Tennessee money has come in. This number has moved pretty much 3 to 4 points. The money line has moved drastically too. Let me see what that money line opened up at. It's pretty much fours around. There's a 1 3.5 at the Hard Rock and a couple of 3.5s offshore. But I want to discuss the money line on this one. just because if you look at maybe playing Georgia on the money line, because right now books are getting flooded on Tennessee money line. If you're gonna bet Tennessee, why take the plus points? They're thinking, hey, I just want to win straight up. If Georgia comes down, it's pretty much minus 180. I don't think we're gonna see a minus 160 or lower on the money line. That means the point spread would have to be like three, maybe 3.5. But I'm gonna keep an eye out because that would tell me what's the big money coming in if it's Georgia or Tennessee. I'm looking to play the Bulldogs, but I want a good number. I'm looking for maybe a possible 3 on this one because I believe defense is the main reason why Georgia wins this game. Yes, we all know Tennessee has a great offense, but I think the defensive speed might cause them issues on this one. If I don't get my number, I won't play this one because you all know I always try to get my number. If I don't get it, I don't play the game. I'm not going to play it just because I want to watch it. Or it's the best football game on the tube. I'm not going to sit there and watch it. So I'm looking for my number. But again, defensive might win this game because Georgia's offense is all banked up right now. And if Tennessee could run the ball early, then you might want to sit back and maybe live bet it or see what the second half number is. Because if Tennessee needs to be able to run the ball for them to steal this game. So I'm going to also look at that. Maybe look at some prop bets on some running backs if your state allows some prop bets. So again, Georgia, Tennessee opened up almost like 6 and then went down to 3.5. Now it's up to 4. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this number closes at. One of the last games I want to talk about is here's another one. Texas A&M at Notre Dame. This was very interesting because of what Notre Dame has done. They've only played one game, Notre Dame. They lost that game. They had a week to prepare for Texas A&M. We saw them and they couldn't run the ball at all. And that's pretty much Notre Dame's MO. They run the ball and it opens up the tight ends and the wide receivers in the second half. I always tell people now these days where you can live bet pretty much anything and everything. There's always, I think in my eyes, about 4 to 5 games that I look at that I'm just looking for live bet and live bet only. This is one of those games. If Notre Dame can run the ball, establish the run early, then I'm going to try to see if it's 0-0, maybe a 4 or 5 minute mark has gone off. I'm going to wait to see if I can get a 6 or anything lower at that. Or let's say maybe Texas A&M kicks a field goal and it's 3-0 right away. Let's say they get the ball first and they kick a field goal. Then I might just jump on Notre Dame because I think Notre Dame is the play here if they can run the ball. If they can't run the ball, then I think it's going to be a nail biter. Wouldn't shock me. Whoever wins this game wins it by 4 points or less. So this was one of those ones that I'm going to sit back, enjoy the game, live bet it if I can get my number. Hopefully Texas A&M kicks a field goal before Notre Dame even sees the ball, because then I might jump on the Irish. If not, if they can't, if Notre Dame gets the ball right away and they get stuffed on the line, they can't run the ball, then I might just sit back and pass on this game and still watch it, still enjoy it, and see what happens. But this is one of those ones that just screams LIVE, live bet only. So this is something that I'm going to look at. Can't wait to see what happens on this one. And you would figure Notre Dame were able to run the ball just because they had a week to prepare for this game. They've had a week to soak on how bad they looked on their last game. But don't forget that last game, yeah, they lost to Miami, but that was in Miami. It wasn't like they lost at home or a neutral site field. They lost at Miami. So I would love to see how they bounce back and play against Texas A&M. So those are the only plays I have for college football. And I'm going to put up my free play right now. And I'm going to take drum roll. I forget what I wrote down. I am going to take Alabama. Again, sorry, bosses. That's my free play for today's show. Alabama minus 20, 21. I'm waiting to see, like I said, if I can get a better number on this one. I think Wisconsin money comes in. I'm not saying hurry up and go to the window right now and bet it because Circa has 20. Everyone else pretty much has 20.5. I'm waiting to see if this one goes any lower. So I said this is my free play. Don't bet it now. Wait to see if you can get anything lower than 20. I would say 20 or lower, bet it. If it goes 21.5, I would say pass on it. But I think money will push this one back down to 20. So that's my free play for you guys for college football. I'm going to bounce on some NFL games. I think this NFL schedule is pretty weak on this one. I thought last night's game was fantastic. Green Bay opened up at 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. They're outstanding 2 games, 2-0. I hope Detroit Lenny is not listening. Now they're 6-1 right now to win the Super Bowl, and that defense looked very, very potent. They're going to be a tough out in that division. And in the NFC, what I have seen so far. Again, it's only 2 games, but what I've seen has been pretty much impressive for Green Bay. But I'm going to bounce on a couple games quickly before I head out. Again, no Ferringo. He had a quick doctor appointment, but don't forget to check betting outside the box at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to check Docs Daily tomorrow on Saturday. Detroit, Lenny, and Griffin always do a fantastic job on Docs Daily on Saturday to get you prepared for college football. So don't get to jump on that show. If you have any questions for them too, they can answer it and hopefully give you some great advice, hopefully give you some good free winners, and hopefully put some extra cash in your pocket. So again, Saturdays, don't forget producer, what's time is? I always forget what time Docs Daily is on Saturdays. And is it an hour earlier than normal? I always forget. Thank you. It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, get you prepared for Saturday's card. Detroit, Lenny, and Griffin do again a fantastic job on Saturday's Doc Daily. So don't forget to check that. Baltimore, Cleveland. Yes, it's. I just thought I'd talk about this game because Baltimore celebrating I think their 30th anniversary being there, and they stole their franchise from Cleveland. Should be some bad blood on there. If there's a fight, a team fight, I want to talk about this. It could be this one. Yes, we all know Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez are fighting tomorrow night. But I think the Browns or Ravens could be fighting Sunday morning. This one could get ugly because I think there's a lot of bad blood between us. I mean, again, it's 11 and a half. I don't really talk about that game. But one game I do want to talk about is the Saints 49ers. And yes, the Saints are going to be bad. They're not going to make the playoffs. I'll be shocked if they win 4 or more games. But you're trying to tell me Brock Purdy, yes, he got his bag, that he's worth what, 4 or 5 points because he is out versus a Saints team that has Spencer Rattler as their quarterback. Mac Jones and the banged up 49ers who have no Kittle are 3.5, total 40.5. Some books have 3 already in this game. I'm just looking quarterback per quarterback, and I would take Mac Jones, who has NFL experience. I think who has a better offensive line in front of him, and has CMC that played really well in the first game. That I think they could still beat the Saints with no Brock Purdy, no George Kittle. Saints still banged up on defense, still banged up on the offensive line. I don't understand that. I know Brock Purdy's out, and I understand they drop the line quickly and then see what the money comes in. So far, it's been all Saints money, but I'm kind of leaning towards playing the 49ers in this one because I'm going to go quarterback per quarterback, and I'm taking Mac Jones over Spencer Rattler or any of the other guys who are holding clipboards, looking at job resumes while they're holding their clipboards for the Saints. So that's something I'm looking at for an odds point of view on that one. Bears Lions should be very interesting in this one. I'm going 7:30. Dalton Gomez, I'm going 7:30. I don't understand that segment or that I'm going 7:30. Please explain because I love to answer your question, Dalton. I love the Baltimore Orioles logo on there. It's one of the best logos in baseball and one of the best logos in all sports. But I will try to answer that question as I understand it. But I'm going to talk Bears Lions. I'll probably break this down a little bit more further. I have a free play video probably coming on that on Sunday, but this is all about can the offensive and defensive coordinators play better for the Lions? Because let's face it, they did not play well last week against Green Bay. I really want to see what happens on this game. I think this one goes almost to 7. The reason why I want to talk about this game a little bit because I think the Lions money will come in on this one and would not shock me if this number goes 7. It's 6.5 over at FanDuel, and we all know, and 6.5 over at ESPN Bet. We all know sportsbooks just copy and paste a lot of people. So if 2 have 6.5, would not shock me if a couple months also move it to 6.5. And I just think Sunday, Sunday, it's a noon game. I think this early money, all day Sunday, parlays, teasers, and stuff like that. People are going to be teasing the Lions. 6-point teaser pushes as a pick. 7-point teaser puts the Lions at +1. You don't think people are going to look at that and see how there's no way Caleb Williams is going to go on the road and beat the Detroit Lions. People are going to think that. So if I like the Detroit Lions now, yeah, you bet that now before it moves to 7. If you like the Bears, then wait till it moves to 6.5 and 7 if you want to tease it or whatever you want to do with it. I would wait. But if you like the Lions at home, looking for some redemption after the loss against Green Bay, this is one of those ones. Again, I know this show's called What Are the Odds? That's why I'm telling you. What are the odds right now? 6.5. What are the odds Sunday before kickoff? Probably closer to 7 in most shops. So grab that number now. Something you might want to look at. The other one I want to talk about is the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. Before I deuce out of this show again, Ferringo's out. We had to go to a quick doctor appointment, so I am filling in, going solo with what are the odds. But Eagles, Chiefs. This is so hard for me to look at, so hard for me to handicap, so hard to talk about because getting Patrick Mahomes plus points has not faded well to me. I tried to fade him all the time. It's back in the old days when I used to probably try to fade Tom Brady in New England, and it would never work. Now, DraftKings and FanDuel both have -1.5 on the Super Bowl champs. Most other books have -1, besides Circa has Pick'em. Now, one of my sources told me that the money that they're getting on the Eagles, if it stays the way it is right now, they might have to move it to closer to more 1.5s or closer to 2. Do I see that happening? No. I still think Patrick Mahomes' money will still come in against the defending champs at home. I think this number closes probably more -1. I don't see -1.5s. I think with the Chiefs will get that money come in. But boy, if I am dead wrong and they put the Eagles at -2 at Kansas City, I know Worthy and all them. I know their offense, they have no weapons out there. But again, it's Patrick Mahomes +2 at home, coming off a loss out of the States. It's something you might want to look at. So wait to see what this number does because it's the 425 game. This number could go absolutely crazy on Sunday because people chasing what happened they did on Saturday, what happened on the morning games. Wait to see if you like the Eagles, wait. If you like the Chiefs, wait. The only thing I do kind of agree on this one, I think it's going to be an under game. The total moved to 47. It was 46.5. Then moved back down to 47, opened at 47. I think it's going to see a defensive battle in this game. So I'm looking more for that one. Carter is going to be playing for the Eagles after Spitgate. So I lean towards the under. But I'm fascinated to see what this number is 10 minutes before kickoff. I cannot wait. It's probably something I have circled. I'm not going to bet this, probably a live bet and all that. I just can't wait to see what the betting public is going to do between the the Philadelphia Eagles at Kansas City on Sunday at 425. So what are the odds are. I pretty much broke down some games. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. I'll try to get to those comments ASAP. Don't forget to check out the last show that we do tonight. Betting outside the box. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those stuff on there. So it should be a fantastic show tonight. We have some great videos posted right now for Saturday's college football games, Sunday's NFL games. So don't forget to watch those. Don't forget to like those, and don't forget to subscribe for those as well. I am Raphael Esparza. This is Doc Sports. Have a fantastic afternoon. Hope everyone cashes tickets. Be safe, and please don't bet what you don't have.